invitation for this Congress. I will talk about phenomena of resistance. And this talk is more fundamental. It's to understand why the cancer cells resist to tyrosine kinase inhibitors. And we work in our unit on a family of growth factors named nerve growth factors, which are discovered by Rita Levi-Montalcini and Stanley Cohen in mid-60s. Nerve growth factors act through tyrosine kinase receptor named TRK. This receptor is very interesting because it acts in collaboration with other receptors which are not tyrosine kinase receptor like P75 and sortilin. And we showed in the lab that this receptor is expressed in breast cancer, is involved in tumor development in preclinical model in skin mice. This receptor induces angiogenesis by activation of NGF in blood vessels, and we find that TRK in breast cancer have an original signaling. So all these studies have been published in good journals, and we want to see if TRK could be blocked by tyrosine kinase inhibitors. So TRK kinase inhibitors are well developed, and this family derived from staurosporine, and the main compound is lestortinib or CEP701, which made by Cephalon. This kinase inhibitor works well on cells, and we can see here that MDM-B231 cells are inhibited by lestortinib, the growth of cells are inhibited, but when we try to make clinical trials, we can see that we have no objective response of lestortinib on breast cancer, prostate cancer, and so on. So we think that we have an intrinsic mechanism of resistance for these inhibitors within the cancer cells. And we can show here MDA-MB231 cells, lestortinib resistance. We treat these cells for 3 weeks, and we can obtain resistance for lestortinib. It's very fast. We have a pre-existent intrinsic mechanism of resistance. What we do, we try to find the mechanism of resistance. For this, we have proteomic approaches. We have make a chimeric receptor with HA tag, and we done immunoprecipitation on or streptavidin pull down, and we identified the partners of TRK in breast cancer cells. So we have the result of immunoprecipitation under NGF treatment or streptavidin pull down. We can see when we put NGF onto the cells, we have a lot of partners which are differently regulated by the treatment, and we can find that partners bound to TRK have different roles on migration invasion, apoptosis, cell cycle, and so on. We have identified less than 20 proteins which are differently regulated by NGF, and we found that CD44 binds to TRK after NGF treatment, and CD44 is known to be a receptor which are implicated in chemotherapy resistance. So we have dissect the transition pathway induced by TRK and CD44 under NGF treatment in breast cancer cells. And when we can see, it's that we confirm that CD44 and TRK are associated by immunoprecipitation. We confirm that NGF regulates CD44 at the plasma membrane of the breast cancer by flow cytometry. We also perform an original experiment to see if the receptor are associated. This experiment named proximity ligation assay or duolinks was performed in native cells because we used antibody to recognize the two targets, TRK and CD44. And after this antibody served to a platform to trap secondary antibodies. We form a cycle, a DNA circle, and we can probe the interaction between two proteins without modifying the cells. So using PLA, we saw that in cancer cells, TRK and CD44 are in a complex at the plasma membranes of the cells. And this complex was dynamically regulated by NGF treatment. What we can saw also that NGF induce CD44 activation of Rho-GTPase pathway. So when we put NGF into breast cancer cells, we have activation of CD44 and Rho-GTPase pathway. As we can see, we have a recruitment of partner or Rho-GTPase, and we have also activation of Rho-GTPase. It's not a good slide. And what we can see that Rho-GTPase is implicated in NGF-induced migration of the cancerous cells. These receptor networks induced by TRK and CD44 have also an important in vivo experiment. We can show that in skin mice xenograft with MDR-MB231, when we inhibit TRK or CD44, we have partial response of xenograft mice with a diminution of tumor burden. And when we used lestortinib plus CD44 siRNA, we have more complete response, and we diminish the tumor burden in the mice. And what we can see in mice, we can also see that in control mice, we can see that we have complex between TRK and CD44 in this tumor, and this receptor are associated in vivo. So what we are doing now, we see that CD44 can be transactivated by TRK, and it's an unexpected alternative pathway to the NGF stimulation of tumor. So we have perspective in development of diagnostic or therapeutic strategy, and we want to translate our results from the bench to the bedside. And for this, we have first to determine interaction motif between these two receptors. And the difficulties of determine interaction motifs, it's that CD44 is expressed under isoform. Different variants of CD44 are expressed in cancerous cells, and we have to establish which variants binds to TRK. So for establish the nature of the variants involved in the interaction between TRK and CD44, we have antibody, but in Western blot we can see here breast cancer cell, we cannot identify the variant in Western blot. We only saw CD44 standard form. In other cancer cells like prostate or head and neck, we can see variants of CD44. So we perform PCR, and in PCR we can establish that breast cancer cells express different variants of CD44, CD44 variant 3 or CD44 variant 6, for example, which are known to bind with tyrosine kinase receptors. So using specific antibodies against variants 4 or 3 or 6, we can see by immunofluorescence that our cells express these variants. So we have now to complete this study by more clinical data, but to sum up the works, we can say that when you treat TRK with breast cancer cells expressing TRK with lestortinib, you block only phospho-TRK dependent pathway. We block phospho-AKT or phospho-SRC signalings, but we do not block phospho-TRK independent pathway, which required CD44 and WOC activation. And this pathway is the pathway of the resistance. The cells resist by inducing this pathway. So if we have to treat patients with lestortinib, we have also to treat patients to block CD44. If we do not block this pathway, we have no objective response of chemotherapies. So, thank you for your attention, and I will thank my collaborators which worked on this